you see our power lines and you hear cicadas. That's every episode.
Did that applause line work? Is that?
Do it again.
Oh, I have to do it again?
That's the thing. It only goes for like a second. You might have to hold that one down. Try holding it down.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna want to turn. You want to turn those up though. It's still a little low.
Okay. Okay.
Sound effects. So you have to.
Let me try it again.
A little delay.
Power cord.
Was that a good applause?
That's
anyway.
Better.
We're live as Ed goes to get his power cord. We're gonna probably be putting this on a future episode and just edit down this really the fun part here at the beginning as I test out. Wait, this. Yeah, there we go. So my name is Zach. I'm joined with Alex. How's it going, Alex?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm here.
Yeah.
Ed said I'm going to do this joke even though Ed's not here. Ed said I'd be back, and here I am. It took me like a week and a half to come back.
We knew
we all are.
Back.
We have Josh joining us. How's it going, Josh?
Hi, back and blonder than ever.
Congrats. We have Joe with us. How's it going, Joe?
It's going. I'm pretty all right.
And Stacy's here.
Hi.
Hi. And Ed is here, and he's wearing a very special hat, and that's all you have to know. So today we're going to go through the WT100 and our top 5 choices.
WTF.
Did I say WTF?
With Mark Maron.
No, I did.
So yesterday all of the One Piece news came out at exactly the same time. I don't know if you all noticed that. So there was. Did you guys watch the show, by the way, the WT100?
Oh yeah, I watched both of them.
Yeah,
I haven't had time to yet.
Yeah, it was a good hour of television.
Stacy, can you bring up the image that I'm going to ask you to bring up in like a second anyway for everyone
Hold
here?
on. I still have to find it, but
I
will get there.
Okay. Stacy's going to get there.
Yes.
By the way, big thanks to Stacy for helping make these things possible, the video especially, which is so beyond my capability.
But especially the
what
video.
I'm doing. But especially so yeah, I guess we'll start out here. What were your guys' thoughts on the top 200? And Alex, I know you have certain particular opinions on that.
Where's Django?
Kuro made specific.
Kuro made the top 200. Montdor made the top 100. Where the fuck is Django?
Where the fuck
He's
is
way too
Django
far in the
Kuro?
past.
So is Kuro. Django has been in more recent chapters than Kuro has by a lot.
Did Full Body make it in?
No.
Did Hina make it in?
Hina made the top 200, and I'm cool with that. She made the top 150, I think, which is great. She's a great character. But where's Django? Where's Django at? Pearl made it, so Steve's happy. But who the fuck cares about Steve?
Okay,
my boy was in number 2. Greg was doing a good job in creating drama there.
Yeah, I will say. I will say though that it really whoops the llama's ass that Robin made the top 10. Like that's.
Isn't that the Winamp slogan?
Sure is.
Wheaties, breakfast champions.
That's right.
Cool. Yeah. So Ed, besides Zorro, were there any big surprises? When you were looking at that top list.
I honestly didn't think Nami would be in the top 5. I was surprised by her enduring popularity, but I guess just thinking about it, going back to her backstory, she's really been one of the most important characters in the series, and I think that her and Zorro have like the belief in Luffy over just about everybody else, I think.
Yeah.
And I think that's why people gravitate towards them.
Josh, what about you? Takeaways, surprises?
I just felt kind of bad for Frankie.
Yes. Frankie and Brooke.
That's a big old bummer.
Yeah, he was so low that I forgot that I hadn't seen him on the list until I got there. Buddy, what are you doing all the way down here?
I have to look at this again.
Greg did bring up in our chat that he is number 28. Tetsujin 28, right? So that's kind of a perfect number for him, though.
Oh yeah, that's cool. I mean,
AKA Gigantor for the uninitiated.
Oh, I got it. Joe, what about you? Your thoughts on Law specifically?
He's still in the top 10, so I mean that's not a big surprise, though.
Are you upset that Sanji and Nami and Zorro and Luffy beat him out?
No, not really. I'm especially happy with Nami because I think she deserves it.
Yeah, it was a surprise. I'm glad I didn't make a bet to shave my eyebrows and head over that, or give out my social security number.
I'll put it this way: I'm glad that Nami beat Sanji.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
I'm sure there's already a lot of fan art of that. Very specific.
Yeah, I actually saw one that was really cute. That of her stepping onto the third place pedestal, and Sanji holding his hand out, yes, your pedestal, my lady. It's very cute.
Well, before we get to that, Carrot, I think, was the biggest.
Yes.
One of the biggest surprises in the top 10, at least.
People are very excited.
We call that an upset. Zach.
And wait, how did
basketball business?
The plucky 16 seed.
Stacy, how did Greg put that? If you could show us. Specifically. I think it's. Yeah. Okay. It's not the specific image I was thinking of, but I like that.
Furries. It's very good.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't know why I just completely lost my train of thought there. I'm sure I have a reason. Oh, there you go. Perfect. On the bottom, let's not forget about the furries. It's like Greg's here with us talking about furries the entire
keep
time.
that for later, I think.
Don't forget about the furries.
So are there, I'm looking at the top 100 right now. Is there anyone who does not deserve to be in that top 100 in your opinion?
Half of the Charlottes.
Yeah.
Who?
Here, I'm trying to find who's the first person who absolutely does not deserve a place.
I need that. Oh, there they are. Hey, look at that. Let's see.
I think the top 20 are all maybe I wouldn't put them there, but they all definitely deserve a place. In I'm very happy about Yamato. I think we all are here. He really, and it seems to be an international effort. See, he's right over there.
Okay, I'm gonna come out and say it. Or get out of here.
Really? Yeah.
That's fair.
What are you talking about? He folds clothes. Everyone loves a man that folds clothes.
He's an underrated funny. He's a funny guy.
You're not in One Piece, Alex.
He has a funny guy. I should be. Montdor being on there is absolutely ridiculous. I'm looking at the list. Honestly, I'm pretty cool with mostly everybody else on that list being there, and it makes sense. But Montdor,
I wish
Cracker.
I wish Shushu and Whoop Slap could switch places. Shushu should be much higher.
I like Whoop Slap where he is.
I like Whoop Slap where he is. Why not? Shushu could be in. Let's see, whose spot is the highest that
it's not just because I got to play him on the last read-through stream that sung one.
That's true. You did a really good job. You played Shushu and both of his owners.
Yes.
Both of them.
So I think Namule or Namule. I think that's a weird. He's
the fishman from.
I feel like this is a
Rogersburg.
meme vote, though.
Division 8, right?
I can't discount meme votes.
That's true. I agree with Joe.
I can. There are too many. There are too many meme votes. I'd say.
There are a lot.
I think who's the highest? Ben Beckman doesn't need to be a 57. He's fine, but what has he done for me lately? Put Shushu there. Shushu's done a lot for me lately.
I think even
especially
Ed
voicing Shushu.
Evenkov should be higher.
I agree.
Evenkov's fantastic, but and he was recently in it. He was
Rockstar. Rockstar is one of the ultimate meme characters in this.
I'm completely okay with that particular meme character. Perospero, though, what do you think about that, Zach? Perospero.
Where is he? Oh yeah, I love the way his name is spelt. I'll say, Sparrow.
But he's done so
sounds
much more
like
than
a-
Rockstar. He's so deliciously despicable.
Oh, he's deliciously despicable in the way that a hemorrhoid is delicious. He's not.
Pero spare raw dog in it. Am I right?
Yeah.
Adil said that Namule ranked higher than Belmare, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
So this is the thing, and it's really and I guess an interesting thought
Like,
about
where's
the
Dr.
popularity
Hero?
polls. Yeah, it's very weird how some certain flashback characters get. Look, Corazon, who has not been seen. I love Corazon, don't get me wrong, but he has not been seen since his flashback because, spoiler alert, he is no longer alive. Is very highly rated, but there are a lot of other flashback characters who are not here at all.
It's funny because I remember I saw a post that apparently Corazon only made it there because of all the Japanese fans. Like no one else voted for him in any other country.
Really?
It was like all Japan.
Actually, Stacey, can you bring up the international ones? And I want to see if we see Corazon anywhere else, or if he's specifically big in Japan. Is he big in Japan? We all wish we were. These are tiny little.
Oh, yeah, he's
boxes
10th
here.
place.
He was in 10th place in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there he is. I'm sure that helped. But I guess he's in none of the others, right? Yamato is. That was interesting because they even talked about how Yamato wasn't huge in Japan, but was huge everywhere else. And look, Africa number 4, Middle East number 7. He was number 10 in Europe. 7.
Sorry, I just keep looking at all
on-
these Namis in the 1 and 2 slots, which is
Unbelievable.
absolutely awesome. Yeah.
But look, it's North America, Oceania specifically, Europe, Latin America, and Africa, and the middle, everywhere but Japan.
Okay, so I'll put it into context. So Corazon in total got 157,167 votes. In Japan, he got 111,519 votes. So that's most.
Wow.
That's insane.
So, I mean, a lot of flashback characters really didn't do very well outside of that, and that was just because of Japan then.
Speaking of regional differences, let's look at the number 1. Look at over here. Wait, I could do this with my finger. Luffy. Look at Luffy, right? Look at the Asia one specifically. Look at that number, 654,000 votes versus in Japan, where he eked it out over Zorro.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy. And Robin, look at Oceania. Whatever they're doing in Australia, keep it up. You know, that's fantastic stuff.
The taste down under is just unmatched.
Nami, Robin, Yamato, Carrot, then Zorro, Luffy, Sabo. Oh, then there's Hancock.
I think Nami and Robin would be right at home in Australia. Anyway.
Yeah. Let's bring up the other one again. Stacy is our meteorologist. I need the little clicker thing they use. So I'm trying to see if there's anyone else here.
Basil Hawkins cracking
Basil
the
Hawkins.
top 100.
Why is Geen at 84? Like, he's
It's an emotional story.
but
People
People
like
want him to come back.
Yeah.
that's the thing. Everyone is like, he's one of the few characters who explicitly said, "I'll be back."
Maybe
You'll
people
see me in
are
the story.
hoping that if they vote for him enough, he will come back.
I do wonder if the reason that Cracker is on there is because of his appearance in the Tokyo Tower show, where he has
Tremendous abs.
tremendous abs. He's absolutely fabulous.
They all have tremendous abs in those shows. Because also seeing the
They're painted
USJ,
on.
Yeah.
I guess maybe some of them.
They're
Not the
accented.
Nami I saw at USJ. That would be shocking. Anyway, you've just broken my dreams here, Joe, that there are these impeccably... Anyway, what was I trying to say? Oh, so Oda's going to be drawing a color spread featuring maybe all of the top 50. So I'll ask, is there anyone in particular you're very excited to see included in this color spread?
Who hasn't he drawn in a while?
I love how
Like,
Josh is
top 50?
completely covered here, by the way.
It'd be fun to
Oh,
see
no, it's great.
all
It's
these
like a
characters
vacation.
with Garp.
I'm actually
Going
kind of
Merry,
like
actually. The Going
Yeah.
Merry. They
Yeah.
mentioned on the show
Yeah.
that a
Different
new
coloring.
image of the Going Merry will be that'd be cool.
that is cool. Yeah, I'm honestly like top 50. Whoop slap. I'm excited about that. Like I'm looking at this list of characters, and there's nobody here that I'm like, oh well, he hasn't
Aokiji.
drawn these
Curious.
guys in a while. Yeah, Aokiji would be interesting too.
I was saying it'd be fun to see Garp with all these characters.
Garp. Yeah.
Yeah. Let me see. Garp. I mean, I love Garp generally, but we've seen him a lot. In color,
Bentham and
there's
BB.
a lot of Wano characters in this top 50 as
Makes
well.
sense.
We've seen a lot lately.
Ulti.
Bon Clay number 22. I didn't realize he was that high. That's really cool. I don't know why I didn't see that before.
Katakuri and Shirahoshi, two very big characters.
Sure, Hoshi's like 3 times the size of Katakuri, who's
He is.
5
Not
times
to-
the
not to
size
scale.
of
Not to
Yeah.
scale.
I'm trying. Is there anyone here like we haven't seen the color scheme for?
Let's
In
see.
the manga, I'm trying to think.
I don't think so.
Don't think so. Yeah.
I'd
I mean,
like for him
more-
to do a color spread of the bottom 10.
Yes.
Oh, that'd be
I'm-
fun.
I
With
want
his
to
left
see.
hand.
Yeah, I in earnest want to see I want to see the numbers for everybody. I want to see if anybody got 0 votes.
Yeah.
Well, you just want to know how many votes Django got. And maybe
He
consider
probably
it for
got
this.
approximately as many as I gave him. Plus, he cracked the hottest characters in Europe one day. I remember that.
Big
There was
fan.
some the hot character. Those got some interesting results usually.
They were
I know
spicy.
people were scientifically tracking. They were very spicy. They were scientifically tracking. Well, this one got this and this and this, and I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait until it's over. Killer didn't make the top 50 though, so we're not going to see a beautiful color spread of just Killer sitting there.
Yeah,
with
almost
Dr.
cracked
Hero
the
made
top
67, so that's good. But
That's good for
Would it?
him. Yeah.
Yeah, good for him.
he's one of the few flashback characters who got that high.
So, what was the meme behind Rockstar? Because I know we have our own meme in that who is Rockstar? Who remembers
Yeah.
Rockstar?
Well, people were speculating that he's related to Rocks.
Mm.
I
Oh.
mean,
I don't know if I believe that. I mean,
what if
but
he is Rocks?
he's too young? Yeah.
Hiding in plain sight.
That'd be interesting
Logic.
if they did a There's an episode of The Simpsons, like a more recent one, where Frank Grimes' son comes back or something like
Oh,
that
yeah.
to get
I mean,
revenge.
like almost 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, and I kind of hope Rockstar is that sort of situation where, like, I don't know, he's trying to exact revenge, but he just is he's just a big dud. I don't know.
Once again, I would recommend reading that John Schwartzwelder interview where he explains just how Grimy had it coming.
It's so great.
I think you just said exactly his answer to that.
I wanted to sidebar and kind of make fun of the people who are trying to cancel him because he's conservative.
Is he?
But I'm like,
Is he even saying anything?
but that's the thing.
I think he's just crazy. Just generally.
I mean, yeah, he's conservative, but he doesn't say shit. He's an old crank who keeps to himself in his diner booth in his house. Like,
two
also-
diner booths.
he also wrote like undisputably the best episodes of The Simpsons. So like, he gets
And
I
his
think,
novels are funny as hell and
Yeah,
really
he
easy
gets
to read.
an
Yeah.
absolute pass.
Yeah.
But anyway,
He's the one person who gets a pass.
yeah, John Schwartzwelder also in the top 100.
Oh yeah, there it is.
No. That'd be great. It's Pell.
I'm looking now. Vista, I
59.
don't think deserves a spot there, and Namuel obviously does not. But I'm sure there's memeology behind that. Wiper, I'm very pleasantly surprised with the single Kung Fu Dugong, and I wonder which it was.
Shugong.
No, it's the one
Yeah.
from that 3D. It was the 3D trap coaster. Did anyone else watch that?
No. What's that?
It was. I think it was a featurette that was related to the One Piece 3D Straw Hat Chase movie.
Oh yeah, the very okay movie.
Right. Well, no,
Yeah.
but they had a short with like I think it was testing on the 3D and the CGI, but there was Kung Fu
Oh.
Dugongs in that, and they brought them
That's-
back for that one.
That's fun. I like that.
Yeah, it's one of the little lost pieces of One Piece video. Like the 360, like the Cinerama thing with Eneru and
And
Oh, yeah.
Dragon Ball crossover from like
Yeah.
15 years ago.
Yeah. We have some
let's
cool
see.
Eneru trivia coming up in next
Circle Vision
month's
360.
Fight
That's what I
Together.
was thinking of.
Yeah.
let me see here. So Big Mom making the top 100 is awesome. She should be higher, I think.
Should be higher.
Drake, I guess he's been in the story a lot. Obviously, anybody who's in the story is going to kind of take precedence over a lot of other folks. That's just how these character polls have worked in the past.
Kawamatsu, I'm happy cracked the top 100 because I love Kawamatsu.
Yeah, I think Cat Viper barely missed the top 100.
Yeah, he's like
he was 101.
101. Yeah.
Let's see here.
Oh, Sam's going to be joining us.
Oh, Monet. Everybody loves Monet.
I liked her design, at least.
Fine.
Yeah, Monet's design was the best part about her, I
She's
think.
fine.
I know. I liked her.
Her powers were cool, too.
I liked her voice in the anime that they had for her as well.
I think I'm more disappointed in Zorro when I think of Monet, too.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's like PTSD. There are certain characters that it makes me remember the bad things other characters did, and it's not necessarily their fault, but I'm like, I can't think about that specific. I can't think about Queen Orica Vacusuck right now.
Maddie
did she not make the top 200?
In the chat that Drake was top 10 in the Middle East.
Well, yeah, they talked about. I think
because
they talked about
Turkey.
Right. Yeah.
He apparently the real Francis Drake saved 200 Turkish slaves in the Caribbean Sea back in 16.
I thought they maybe really loved dinosaurs in the Middle East, but
I was gonna say it's a great design. So
yeah,
it is. That was Ed. Is that still your favorite supernova, or has that changed? Because I know just based solely on his design.
Yeah,
it is.
Oh,
it is technically Zorro.
The others, the rest of them.
Man.
No, look at this list. Where's Capone? Speaking of
Maddie brought that up
top
too,
tier
yeah.
supernova.
Yeah,
actually,
Capone might be my favorite
snub.
supernova after Whole Cake. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, it's Sam.
Sam Leach.
Welcome.
There he is.
Well,
how's it going? Oh, you cut your hair.
Going.
I don't even think I knew you cut your hair.
That was a long time ago already. We got Mike and Ike's.
No
cool.
Starburst?
No, it's an even number day.
Mike and Ike's Brace's worst enemy. If you've ever had Braces,
Skittles are pretty bad.
Oh no, I'm sorry. All my baby teeth were fruit roll-ups. Those got rid of those quick. It was just like someone asked earlier what it would take to name my kid Rockstar, I think. I might be wrong. Oh, there it is. Wow, how did you know exactly?
Wow,
that'd be a good middle
That
name.
was Kid Rockstar Logan. Yeah. Rockstar is a good middle name.
but is it Jewish?
Yes.
You always have a separate Hebrew.
Yeah, you have separate. That's the cool thing. I got to choose 4 names, so that's good.
Wow, how Brazilian of you!
The more I get, the better. How much to do?
Name your price.
Someone asked me earlier, and $300,000 is the answer because that's my student debt, and that will wipe it out, and that's all I want.
It feels low, Zach.
300,000 Rockstar. That's a pretty cool middle name. I don't think I'm losing out.
Just
No
the
one's
middle
losing
name?
out.
Oh, that's not
Yeah,
bad.
just
Sounds like
middle
something
name.
Nick Cage would do.
I thought the first name he wanted to name my kid, which that seems a little too far. Hey kid, you're doing great. You're doing great, kid.
We're doing our top
Sam.
fives as well.
Yeah, we're gonna do our top 5s in a second. But Sam, we haven't really asked you. Are there any of the top 100 you're super psyched about, super surprised about? And I know your answer, but I'm still gonna ask it.
Why wasn't Caribou in the top 200?
Okay.
You know what?
Get him out. Get him out. That's it.
Weird. I wonder why.
This is some of them.
Oh, it's
Caesar
great
did make
because
top 100.
did he make the top 100? Oh yeah, he did. I saw him there, and I was gonna say, oh,
Could have been higher.
A lot of people have been
But he's in there.
surprised how low Kinemon is, given everything that's happened in Wano.
Yeah.
Kinemon's kind of a straight man in all of this, although not in that one chapter.
Not in Punk Hazard for a lot of it.
That's true. He did perfect speaking out of farts,
And he also did that wonderful Doflamingo cosplay to the 4 people while going through the castle.
Yes,
Yamato
that
is
was a
like
good one.
carrying the Wano crowd, I think.
Yeah.
Ulti is almost made the top 50. That's surprising.
She looks like she was made for popularity polls, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kiku and Izo doing the same is that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So it's like everyone who was voting for one voted for both of them.
Oh yeah, that's a very odd coincidence. That's good for them.
And Fiore.
Yeah.
There are definitely a lot of new characters. Sam, who are you most disappointed by on the? Who do you wish was on? Who was snubbed? Who do you wish was on the list?
I did just say it, didn't I?
Oh, Caesar was there. Oh,
You got
Caribou.
everything you wanted
Caribou
with
was not there.
No,
Karen.
okay,
Like,
okay. Let's do our top five.
Well, no,
since we're gonna
he's
do this.
he's talking about Kami.
Kami's
Kami
also not
is.
in there for some reason.
That is a weird one.
That is a
Kimi
weird one. Yeah, Kimi. I love
actually,
it.
I was thinking
Roger.
Hachi as
Roger's
well.
pretty high.
Yeah, Hachi's
Oh
really good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Here's my top five. I purposely try not to include too many Straw Hats because I feel like it could really get bogged down in Straw Hats. So I did Luffy because I think he deserves every vote he gets. Kuzan because he's like the epitome of awesome for me, and he's always on my top five somewhere. Sorry. Here we go now. Big Mom, after our discussion of her last time I was on, she is a crazier mom version of Luffy, so I love that. Big News Morgans, I mean, if you listen to the show, you know why that. And Kuma is just like a mystery wrapped in an enigma, or however that quote goes, and that's why I love him. I love how
Wrapped in
Alex's
a tortilla.
eyes are just peering out. Wait, no.
Trapped.
Help me!
Alex,
I've
what-
been cask of amontillado.
Alex, what are you want to go through your top five? Or they're not here, are they? You're above
They're not
Kelly's.
here. We should go through the ones that are
yeah.
on the screen though.
Alex, why don't you go through Kelly's and try and give us reason for why you think each of those are there?
Oh, this
Sure,
is not her updated one.
No, she updated it with her number one is Sanji plus the Calicoach,
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
Mm.
Calicoach deserved a spot.
which I think would have been a wonderful meme vote. Well, if
Yeah.
you've ever met Kelly, she is a hardcore Sanji fan, as
Shocking.
are a lot of folks. on
As
the
you can tell
podcast.
from this list just here, because Josh is sitting right above Steve's list.
That's
there.
right. That's right. And Kelly is also a big Robin fan. She's cosplayed Robin before. So naturally, Robin is her number two. Perona is Kelly's number three, followed closely by Chopper and Nami bringing up number five. And
None of that shocks me.
I think Kelly likes
none
the
of that shocks
Perona's
me.
fashion. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
no,
yeah.
for sure.
I mean, I know what Kelly likes, and it does not surprise me at all that it's these five characters and
Yeah.
Calicoach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Josh, do you want to go through yours? I see yours. down
Sure.
there.
Yeah, I mean, number one is Zorro. What I did was I made the list of big men and Robin. So number one is Zorro. Just I have a tattoo. I have the tattoo of him, so it felt obligatory. Oh, it's all twisted.
Nice.
Dope.
Number two is Robin because she's just the coolest, man. Like that's aspirational to be like smart and cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then number three is Katakuri. I did see he's the highest ranking baddie on the list. He's a nice guy. I'm waiting for that redemption.
He's Luffy's rival.
Yeah. Four is Law. Enough said. And five is Smoker. He's also big and nice. That's kind of the theme that I'm
I almost
working
put
with here.
Smoker. Yeah.
Did Smoker crack the top 100?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he's like 20
think
something.
we only,
Oh,
by the
nice.
way, we only had limited choices for these. They only let you pick out of the top 200, so we couldn't put.
They only let you pick out the top 100.
Really?
100.
Oh yeah, because you're picking your top five. Actually, that makes sense. So keep that in mind. We couldn't put characters like I don't know. What's the square jaw guy's name that Steve always talks about in Logtown?
Mashikaku.
Mashikaku. Thank you. So we couldn't put that in our top five.
Also, Smoker's number 27.
Good. I'm glad he cracked it. Smoker is a great character.
Yeah, he's
Smoker would have made it. I think Punk Hazard kind of, when they switched bodies, that's the only part of like, could have done a little. Done that a little more.
Sam, do you want to talk about yours?
Yeah, Sam, talk about yours.
Mine?
Yeah.
Well,
It's
clearly
up in the
it's a cast of winners.
Joe, I'm sorry you have to be so close to his cast of winners.
Right.
I mean, I like them all too. So.
So obviously,
Do you want to explain them, or you're just gonna leave it there?
What's to explain? You guys have questions for me?
All right, so it's Carrot, Caesar, Luffy, Kuzan, and Koala, and I approve of those. Why is Carrot your number one? That's the question. And also, Gabe had a question. You must be so happy that it made the top 10 since you have her at number one. So
I was shocked.
Explain.
Like, I think in the midterm she was like 17 or something. So I just wanted her to like go up a spot. You know, like I was did not expect her to actually like make the top 10. I mean, sometimes it's just nice to have a thing that you're known for, you know.
Yeah, reputation. Yeah.
Sam's the carrot guy. We dangle a carrot in front of you, and you follow it.
A figure of Carrot on a treadmill. That's how he gets up every day. Okay, I guess there's nothing to say about that. Joey put
hold on one second. Maddie in the chat is asking, why does Sam like Aokiji so much? Oh, there it is.
That's a good question.
I think there's a couple of characters that I think are just like all around greatly like written characters. Like every new thing you learn about them both like makes sense, but also adds a new dimension to them. Like I think Crocodile's like that. I think Kuma's like that. Mm-hmm. I think Aokiji's like that, and I like Aokiji as this guy who's like his story is that like when he was a young Marine, he was it was like hot-blooded justice was his thing, and then like Ohara happened, and now he's just like I just can't possibly give a fuck anymore. But then his passion reawakens again post time skip, and there's something that makes a lot of sense about him to me. I think he's cool. I think he's interesting. I think he's always like kind of developing in interesting ways.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think of all pre-time skip to post-time skip, he probably has the coolest upgrade in design.
Yeah, he looks awesome.
Because there's a lot of downgrades, but I think he looks badass. I love Josh processing this. Like,
there's a lot of downgrades.
Prosthetic ice legs.
Yeah.
He has the prosthetic ice leg or arm or both.
Both.
It was
leg.
Both?
Or both?
Okay.
It's just a leg.
I think it's just a leg.
A big
Somebody's
scar.
lost an arm.
He has a big scar, I think, through his. But when he got introduced in film Zed, and he's a very crucial character in that. That was in the onsen. It was all great.
He's walking the earth.
He's walking the earth. I relate to that. Oh, there's Kelly's updated version, by the way. There's the Calicoach.
And then Koala was like the first like. That was the first character that was like, this is my waifu for One Piece. Like that was
not Kami?
No, like I grew to love Kami later, I think. Or just like on revisits, I was like, man, she's cute.
Koala has that same thing that Robin has, I think, that Josh really described well.
Yeah,
where you got the
like
looks and
she's over it.
And she's smart. She's martial artist. She's cool. She
and like the story of like you've seen the hat is important. But just like having seen her as like having her seen her as like a child and like how kind of fucked up that was, and now seeing like she's found her place. She's found a place where she's happy, and like it's like almost like you see the stark contrast. It's not like Robin where it's like you see the transition. You more just have to kind of assume it.
Yeah, I agree with that. It's cool. Like she just comes out of that was the bigger surprise of that chapter, I think, for us. Like we all knew Sabo was alive, though it was shocking that he showed up in that moment. But like Koala,
Koala was like the
that
perfect like cherry on top to the Sabo twist.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, for some reason, like Oda drawing like short-haired girls with hats, he does it right.
That seems
Like,
to be
it just works.
A winning
you know?
combo, yeah.
Since Sam has a winning.
It's his
combo there.
specialty as far as I'm concerned.
What a great freeze! It froze on you just perfectly describing that.
You guys mind if I go next? Because I do have to.
Yes, yeah. Ed, do you have Ed's available there, Stacey?
This one.
Oh,
There you
go.
that's right in front of him. Perfect.
There.
Oh, there we go. All right.
Hey, that's fun.
So yeah, number 5, I had Big Mom, and this is sort of the same reason as Zach did, but I've grown to love her more as a character. Like every time she shows up, she does something cool, and she has a greater depth of, I think, emotion and a deeper connection to, I guess, the overall world of One Piece. And I don't know, she has this attitude about her that it is very Luffy-like you were saying. And I just want to see more of her. Like I could deal with Kaido being out of the series after this, but I'd like Big Mom to keep in there because she has so much. There's so much to her that could still be used.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Next, I had Blackbeard, who I love mostly because of he represents like Luffy, but dark. It's like what's the opposite of Luffy? What's the philosophical difference there? Like who could be more different than Luffy? Like and Oda just introduced that like perfectly with the cherry pie and the meat.
But they still have that connection in being like pirates and having a romanticized idea of what that means.
Yeah.
Right.
Mm.
Right. And let's see.
But it shows that you could relate when you relate to your enemies. There's something kind of
That's
cool
scary,
and
yeah.
different about that. It is scary, yeah.
That's all. It's like why we think the same way. Why do you believe different things than I do? What's wrong with you? Why are you like that? Anyway, next I have Nico Robin. She's the best. She's smart. She's cool. She always has the answer. And she's got like the weird cute thoughts thing going on in her head, which I always love to see.
The demented
like
cutesiness.
like her love of like cute things, but they're also kind of weird and stuff like that. And she's beautiful. And Luffy, Luffy is the heart of the series. Luffy's like he's the beating soul. He's the ethos of One Piece. He's the ultimate freedom guy. He just wants to rock out with his Hawaiian shirt.
I thought that was going in a different direction. For some reason.
No. But number 1 is obviously Zorro. Zorro's cool. Zorro's the fucking coolest. He does stuff no human should be able to, and even in a series like One Piece where everyone is superhuman, his feats are human. Like everyone else has powers, he just has his strength.
Yeah.
And I don't know. His unwavering belief in Luffy, I think, is probably the most attractive thing about him. He doesn't necessarily want to be the man, but he wants to believe in something, and he believes in Luffy. So he found his thing, and he's going to be the strongest for it. I love that guy.
Before you
Ed.
go, Ed,
I love your fucking One Piece takes, Ed. They're my favorite.
It's about ideas.
Yeah,
You gotta stand for something. What do these characters stand for?
I forget if I mentioned this on the air, but Ed, when he gave his best man toast at my wedding, did this like One Piece line, and Erica, my wife, still talks about it because it's like it was a very good speech and it was like very deep, and so he's very good at doing that, especially with One Piece stuff. Yeah. Before you go, Ed, you said how many posters do you have around the room? How many calendars?
In this room, I have 9, and there's 4 in the other room.
Okay.
So since
the question is, what's today's date?
May 6th. It's my dad's birthday.
Oh, okay. Happy birthday to your dad.
Today's the 6th. Okay. I thought it was the 5th again for some reason.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. Well, we're talking about the May 5th releases for this. So, Ed, thank you for joining us for this.
I got a few more minutes. I'll hang out for a second.
Okay.
Sweet.
Do you have Joe's available? It might cover her face though.
Yeah. Oh, we still have Steve. Oh, we have a bunch.
We have a lot. Yeah, we have a lot.
I do have Joey's complete list once we get to his
Oh
because
God.
of the limited
Not
selection. Not his complete
One
list.
sec. Get back to that.
Okay, we could let's do
there's
Joey's. Let's do
Joey's.
Joey's while we have it open, and Stacy will get Joe's.
Gaimon
Alex, you
number
want to go? Do you want to
Yeah.
do this and explain what's going on with our good friend Joey Weiser?
Sure. Joey's got a very eclectic taste when it comes to One Piece characters, and he did mention when we all made these that due to the limited selection, he couldn't have everybody in his top 5 that he wanted to. So I did ask him separately, like, who would you have in your top 5 that wasn't on there, and he said Magellan and maybe Chaton. Maybe Chaton, and Chaton makes sense because the actor modeled for Chaton is Kiya Shiatsumi, who plays Torasan, star of the Torasan films, which are Joey's absolute favorite, which make complete sense. And he said that Cat Viper 2 would probably be on that list, but he also likes Jinbei and Buggy, so it works out. So number 5 for him is Jinbei, followed by Buggy. Completely makes sense because, coming from a heavy Toriyama background, Buggy, I think, exemplifies a lot of really great humor in regards to that. And Kizaru, of course, I believe is the reason that Joey ended up finding the Truck Yaro movies, because they're based off of Kuniya Tanaka. Borsellino himself is based off of the actor Kuniya Tanaka, who recently passed away.
Yeah.
Second is Tashigi. Really great character who doesn't get enough play, I think. So really great to see her up there.
I think Joey has implied that Tashigi is waifu.
Yes.
Implied? It's pretty explicit.
I don't know if Joey would say. I don't know if that's Joey's choice of words, but
yeah.
Does Joey not use the word waifu? Does he not believe in waifus?
I'm not sure I've ever heard him say the word waifu, but
Stacy, I do know. The question is, does he believe in what Greg believes in? And that is,
yes.
I'm just hoping this could pop up immediately as I say it.
There you go.
There you go.
Doesn't get old. Yeah.
No.
And for number 1, Joey has Gaimon. And I do know that the first issue of Jump that featuring One Piece that Joey had was the Gaimon issue. So I think his first experience with One Piece was Gaimon adjacent. Also, Gaimon's a great character. Very fun, like really exemplifies what's so weird and cool about One Piece.
yeah, I'm always waiting for that Gaimon chapter to like come back in a big way.
Well, we got the Sarfunkel joke out of it, so I think...
Yeah, we did get the Sarfunkel joke.
Well, 'cause
that
it feels
really
like
was huge.
If Oda wasn't adamant about the One Piece being a real thing, like it feels so strongly like it's foreshadowing the One Piece just like being taken already or not being there or something.
Yeah.
Well, I
gotta
also...
go, guys. See you later.
Bye, Ed.
Bye, Ed.
Bye bye.
I will say, I think Gaimon exemplifies quarantine life. Oh no, now we're perfectly off.
Well, I think the one that we haven't covered on this particular one is Steve's.
Yes. Who volunteers to be Steve? I was hoping for silence. That was perfect.
I guess I gotta do it. It's like number 5 is Nami, because Nami's amazing. Sorry, I'm not gonna do it.
Nami's not shy.
I'm getting a lot of good ribbing in. I expect to have it done to me tenfold once I see Steve next.
Stacy, is there a way to rearrange these slightly?
No. One second. Keep talking and I'll do it.
Or maybe us. You could rearrange us.
I wish Steve was on here so he could talk about his... I mean, we all know that Steve loves Sanji. Sanji's cool. Steve's old handle. Number 1.
Old handle.
I mean,
Sanji's
Luffy,
cool at yahoo.com, I assume, somewhere there.
So we got Luffy at
Did I
number
just
2,
dox
Frankie.
Steve? I think I just doxed Steve.
You might have, yeah. Number 2, Luffy, of course. Number 3, Frankie, although I know that Steve does prefer his pre-time skip design. Then Zorro, then Nami, which, I got to say to Steve, kudos for only picking Straw Hat characters.
Yeah, good for you. It's so tempting to... I think with these, I really want to pick the characters that don't get a chance to shine like as much. So it's, that's where I'll go first. No, I think these are really solid choices. Frankie, I think I don't know if we all agree, but I definitely agree, got pretty shafted.
Yeah.
Badly, yeah.
It's a good one.
You know what? I have a feeling Frankie's like a lot of people's second or third or fourth favorite character, but not first. because it's such. We need ranked choice voting on these popularity polls. That's what we need.
Well,
more democracy in these.
Well, if Frankie were here, like Steve, I'm sure he would say, "Why me do?"
That's a joke. 3 people. Okay, he hasn't said that in years either. Okay, so let's lift these top 5 off of our faces for but a moment.
Yeah, we have a whole other bunch of top 5s to cover our faces in a moment.
Oh, now I remember why I covered my face. Yeah, let's get the next batch of top 5 to cover our faces. How are those Mike and Ike, Sam?
They're really good.
What's your favorite Mike and Ike? I don't think I've ever had Mike and
Mike's
Ike.
Mike's or Ike's, do you prefer?
Mike's or Ike's. Oh, look at this!
Oh,
this is so much.
This is good. I like it.
And that's how we became the Brady Bunch. So we got, let's see. Alex, why don't we go through yours first?
Sure. So mine are pretty, pretty general. I wanted to do a mishmash of Straw Hats and fun characters that I like. I feel like in my heart, Luffy should be number 1, but I feel like he gets enough votes as it is, and I want it to be different. So my number 5 is Buggy, for the reasons I sort of mentioned during Joey's list earlier. Buggy's a really great, you love a villain who is incompetent, but also deep down is probably a good guy. And after watching, I binged the Odin flashback recently, and all the Gold Roger stuff is really great, but seeing little kid Buggy is really, really great. He's really cute and still maintains this bugginess.
The bugginess,
right? And
flashily.
Yeah, it's nice to have a villain too that right off the bat from the very first time you see him has he's got a deal. He likes treasure. That's why he's a pirate. He's a pirate because he likes treasure, but it also helps that now we know that he's been a pirate pretty much all his life. So I don't know. I think Buggy's a really, really great character. Shigeru Chiba kicks ass as his voice in the anime. Which brings my number 4 pick, Django, my favorite side character of all time. If I had my way, 4 would be Django and Full Body, because I think Django is only best when he is with Full Body.
How did you get his picture there if he wasn't in the top 100?
I was wondering that as well.
Stacey hooked me up.
Wow. Wait, Stacey, is that his Japanese name too there?
Yeah.
Wow, Stacey.
Keep up with the aesthetics.
Stacey, extra
so
credit.
Impressive.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Wait, do I still have my sound effect? Do I have an extra credit sound? No, that's not. That's not extra credit.
That's great. Oh, sorry, Billiam the Blue. Yes, Buggy is very flashy. But I'll flashily talk about Django. The first time I saw
wait.
Oh, yeah.
Dilcor said One Piece branded Mike and Ike's. Mike and Hoikles.
Michael and Hoikles.
Hoikles and Hoikle. It should be Moikles and Hoikles.
Mike's and Hoiks.
Moiks and Hoiks.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, they're still just as chewy. The first time I saw Django was the first time I watched One Piece was the Kuro arc, and Django was this kind of exemplifies the things I like about anime, like how fucking wacky characters can look, and how much like celebrities they can look without them getting in trouble for it. So for a very long time, of course, I was under this impression because of the moonwalking and he's doing the thing and he's a dancing dude, that Django was a Michael Jackson analog, but over the years, I've come to realize that he is a Kazuki Yao analog who ends up voicing him. Oda and Kazuki Yao go back a little bit even before the anime made its debut. So I think it's kind of fitting for him to be represented in this way. Django kicks ass. I love anybody. He's very funky. Brook is my number 3. Brook is very funny. I don't think he gets as much play in the story, but he's a singing, talking skeleton who farts, and that that gets me. Like that's sort of that's what I love about One Piece.
And he helped you draw skeletons a lot, right? Like I remember you saying like you drew skeletons differently after.
I
His
didn't
backstory.
know. Yeah, well, his backstory is amazing. Bink Sake is my favorite thing in the anime. Yeah, Brook is amazing. Frankie's my number
too.
The thing I love about
Yes.
Brook,
Yeah.
the way I think Brook really exemplifies One Piece is how like he can have all these silly things, but like they have like the closer you get to them, the more serious they are. Like the afro, like the fact that there's a believable, like really heartfelt reason why he has to protect that afro.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think I kind of rolled my eyes when he first showed up in the manga, like weekly, and everybody's like, "Oh, Luffy asked him to join the crew." He said, "Yes, he's going to join the crew." I'm like, "All right, Slayer role." It's cool that he's a talking skeleton, but like Slayer fucking role. But he's a musician, like the thing that Luffy wanted since the beginning. Like this has been telegraphed. He's a skeleton. How piratey is that? Like I just love that. Like there's room in this story for a character like Brook.
Bink Sake's resonance in the Odin flashback too is just such a cool,
yeah.
It's
very cool.
That song is great. It's the only nursery rhyme I know. That might be a problem, but
that is a little bit of a problem.
You're gonna have to learn
to
some
the
more, I
baby.
think.
lullabies or whatever you want to call it. I'm just gonna be singing Bink Sake, and my wife's gonna be like, "What the hell are you talking about?"
Singing about alcohol to your...
Yeah. Number 2 is Frankie. Frankie made a really big impression on me when he first showed up weekly, and hasn't really gone down since. For a while, he was my number 1. I love how bombastic he is. I love a Yankee type character, and Kazuki Hao also voices him, which absolutely floored me the first time I heard his voice in the anime, because he showed up in the manga first, obviously, and you think he's going to have this burly Patrick Seitz-esque voice, and he ends up having Kazuki Yao's like just general cadence, which is very funny. Brook. I'm sorry, Brook is great, but Frankie is really great. I am one of the few who I think his time skip design is amazing. I'm going to say that I do prefer it now, because it's like everything that Frankie wants to be is what he is. He's a giant toy. So I think that I think it couldn't be any more fitting. And Zorro is my number 1. Zorro of course, Ed has such a way with words when it comes to Zorro. But I will go the opposite direction. And I will say that Zorro is cooler than all the other characters because he can use 3 swords instead of less than 3 swords.
What about Hachi then? Shouldn't Hachi and what's his name from Fishman Island be your top 2?
I said use swords. They can barely use those swords.
Oh.
Zorro knows his way around a sword or 2. And and the first time I ever saw One Piece and the reason I got into it is because I saw Zorro. I'm like, that guy is using 3 swords. That's crazy. Anime is cool. Like, and he can use 9 swords. Hachi can't do that.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah, Hyozo can't.
Not really clear.
Yeah, Kaku apparently can use 4 swords, but that doesn't count at all. Anyways, Zoro's great. Zoro's great. One Piece is great, and I yield my time. Fuck you.
Okay,
I yield my time.
His time has been yielded to Stacy. Do you want to go through yours?
Yeah.
I see them up there.
Yeah, number 5, I have Kuzan as well, and Sam put it really well. Like, he is, I feel like he could have changed things from the inside, but once he starts to realize, I guess, the moral impact of like just having to listen or having to take orders from Sakazuki wasn't something that he's willing to do, and he was able to kind of question what he is trying, like his end goal is not aligned with the Marines anymore. He's willing to leave that to pursue it a different way, which I really love that. And he's very complex. And
Aokiji discovered that he's too good to be a cop.
Yes, basically.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah,
the PI route, and this is like
yeah,
the side TV show, which I would totally watch.
yeah. Me too.
And I really do love his character design and his laid back personality, which I really click with. And
You know
Devin.
who I just realized was snubbed, Stacy? Camel, the
Ah!
penguin, the giant penguin that he hangs out with.
Mhm.
Oh
Snubbed.
my gosh, that's so true.
Yeah.
And
Camel.
yeah, and then I really love Robin. Robin's my waifu. As for many other people, like she's
Yes.
amazing. So many like lists of what she just checks off. Like she's really amazing. I love her powers. It's really a different take on growing limbs that Oda does, which I was very fascinated when I first saw her in the anime. And definitely Zorro. I love he's just so cool and he's so loyal to Luffy, which I really love that for any character who is loyal to their friends to the point where they would be so self-sacrificing, which I think any of the Straw Hats would do, but I think Zorro kind of takes it to a different level and how Oda was able to showcase it in Thriller Bark. And definitely Crocodile's my number 2 because if a villain is written really, really well, they're always be in my top 5. And I always talk about when people ask me who my favorite characters are, and like number 2 is Crocodile. People look at me really strange. I'm like,
But you're
I
right.
love a good villain. He has great aesthetic, and he's one of the only pirates with a hook. Well, right? Yeah, I believe so.
I think it's the
Yeah.
only one. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody else has a hook, actually.
And Stacy, when you say, well, he's well dressed, also that I remember in Impel Down, he needed to get something from Evenkoff because he's like, I'm not wearing this. Like, I got to wear something
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
And, you
Just
know,
suddenly manifested. Like, here you go. This fits you perfectly. And
he needed Kinemon is what he needed there.
Yes,
The
he wears it
clothes beam.
well, too.
Or
And
Piccolo.
Luffy's definitely my favorite. He's always been my number 1. Like, he's why I continue to read One Piece and why I fell in love with it so much. And it won't change. And a lot of people are like, oh, that's so basic. But I'm like, but it's Luffy. It's
He's a
one
good character.
why a series stays so popular is really dependent on the protagonist for me. And Luffy is just, he hits all the marks and he's very lovable. So I will continue following his journey and supporting him.
Joe.
All right, so same like what Stacey was saying. Like Luffy's my number 5. Just kind of a safe pick. I think he's a really good character. Frankie. So when I initially made my list, I did a Straw Hat one and a non-Straw Hat one to really narrow it down. And after thinking about it, I think Frankie's probably my favorite Straw Hat because, like, he's funny and ridiculous, but he's also genuinely very caring, and I think that's really interesting. Like his, like everything in India's lobby with like trying to support Robin emotionally, and like giving her words of encouragement is just really cool. Like he's just kind of like a cool dad. Yeah, he's good with kids.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like the cool dad, and I think that's really cool.
And he's 36.
He is 36, and he's got all kinds of robot powers, and his hair is completely customizable. I guess to touch up on like what Alex was saying, I like his post-time skip design, but I also really like his pre-time skip design. If I could like merge the two and just have his hair be completely customizable pre-time skip, that would be very cool.
Yeah.
Corazon, so like I had a hard time picking my 3 through 5, and like I was just thinking like, well, I love so many characters, so who would qualify for like my 3rd, 4th, and 5th positions? And looking at them, like the one that just consistently got the biggest reaction out of me was Corazon. And also I just thought of like, well, what merchandise do I have? Because that's a pretty good indicator. And I found out yesterday I apparently have every Corazon figure, so that's a thing. Because those are
How
like
many?
5. There's like
Okay, I
5.
was gonna-
Yeah. But he's just a really good like flashback character. Like pretty much every mentor character is good. Like Belmare, Sherlock, like we all love them. And because I guess because of the association with Law, it's just Kodo-san's really good. Shanks is my number 2. He used to be my number 1 for a very long time because it actually took me kind of a while to get into One Piece, and every time I would try, I'd just start from episode 1 again. So I saw Shanks a lot because I just kept rewatching the first few episodes, and I just thought he was really cool. And in Luffy's flashback, I thought like how much he supports Luffy was really sweet, and he's badass, but he's also just genuinely very kind and like gentle to those he cares about. And I am very excited to just whatever the future holds. Like he just looks like a normal dude. He's not gigantic like Whitebeard or Big Mom or anybody, but he's on par with them, and that's what is going on with him. I want to know, but also everything from the flashbacks.
What do you think about Baby Shanks?
I really hope that's his kid. I think.
I meant
I'm sorry. I thought
in
you
the
were
Roger
mocking his kid.
flashback.
Me too. I agree with you that I do.
That's probably his kid, yeah.
He's adorable. I think I pre-ordered the figure of him as because they have a figure of him as a kid with the chocolate, and I think I pre-ordered that.
And there's all the ones with him and Buggy that are coming out soon together, which are probably... Buggy's there too.
When that chapter came out, I was just like, "Oh my god, my tiny husband. He's very cute." And that's the thing. It's like Law is my number 1, but I always refer to Shanks as my husband. Not Law is
Luffy. You have more than one.
Law's your side piece.
Law's Luffy. Yeah. I was gonna. Stacy.
Go ahead.
No, go for it.
Okay, so where do I even start? Like, I was always like, I guess initially when I'm just more going into my history more than my thoughts. I'm not Ed, but I was like interested in Law because I kept seeing like pictures of him as I was reading through One Piece, and I was like, who is this guy? Why is everyone so interested in him? So it caught my attention, and then what really hit me was in Marineford, and like that. The rest was mostly just history, like him showing up at Marineford for no reason other than just to save Luffy. And I think that's partly what intrigues me to him is the fact that he has no real obligation to Luffy or the Straw Hats, but he still just sticks with them, and it feels like relatable to me when you're someone who's kind of awkward, but you do still genuinely care about people. You just are a little awkward about how to show it, and so in that way I kind of relate to Law, and especially in his flashback when he felt super ostracized by society, that kind of hit me kind of hard, and that's a big reason why Law is one of my favorite characters.
I'm sure you've said that explanation before, Joe, but I forgot because I forget a lot. But that's a cool. I like that reasoning, and he definitely has been opening up a hell of a lot more.
Yeah, because everyone always thinks like, oh, he's like the cool guy. It's like to me, he feels more awkward. Like he kind of wants to join in, but he doesn't feel comfortable opening up, so he's just kind of like awkwardly there.
The scene where he's like, I don't like bread. Why am I into or whatever the joke behind that is? Like, I think that was him like, oh no, I'm letting down my guard. And I'm not used to doing that. Also, to be fair, I think people think that people who have like their emotions, like, don't know how to, figure that whole thing out. Those are cool people. Sometimes, a lot of the time, that might be maybe that's an idealization in our country. Okay, so speaking of figures, I feel like we should do Jill's. Yeah, go for it, Joe.
Okay, so her number 5 is Doflamingo, and I imagine this much the same as mine, where he's like Doflamingo is my favorite villain, and he's just like this. He's so interesting because of his flashback of his past of like being a noble and then being a poor, and his speech in Marineford. He's maniacal and he's childish, but he also has a god complex. He's just like he's just crazy,
That
and
hits,
also
that hits too close to home for me.
and then his attire, like the way he dresses, has always just been ridiculous. Law, Joe's is also a big Law fan.
She meant to put this as number 1, but obviously number 4 is an accident.
Kobe was almost on my top 5. I think he was on my non-straw hat top 5. I think she likes how much he cares about Luffy. He was like the first friend Luffy made in the entire series, and just throughout the whole thing has just followed him and gushed about all of his adventures. Kobe's a very good boy. And then of course.
Sorry, I was just reading Maddie's comment about Doflamingo and how he loves that he's not redeemable, and that is the feature. Maybe that's okay. Yeah. I guess Arlong has a similar. I guess, but he dresses a little less. Just wears a Hawaiian shirt.
I mean, Arlong can sort of be redeemable given what we learned about fishmen, but yeah. Well,
I don't think
not what he does, but like you kind of understand where
he's under. It's understandable. I don't think it's redeemable.
He's evil for human reasons that human beings tend to be evil.
Yeah. That's more what I meant. Yeah.
Yeah. Doflamingo's just like to the core. No. He's the champion of evil.
There's a lot of stuff I don't like about that flashback. That's one of them. That's just stupid.
He has the belt. He gets the belt.
He's the ultimate heel. He just keeps the belt forever. Never gives it up. That's how wrestling works, right?
Yeah.
He's a heel and then he turns heel.
He was always heel. I don't think he
ever. And he wears heels.
He does wear heels, and that is
Which
respectable.
Is why we love him. Yeah.
Yeah. I would fall on my face immediately.
Also, I just saw someone ask what I think of the evil Shanks theory.
I meant to ask you that, Joe.
Yeah. I don't think it's plausible. Like, I don't know. That just seems such a cliche. Like, nah. I mean, if you want to have a headcanon, that's fine. Whatever. Write your fan fictions, but
I think there's probably just more going on in that, with the Five Elders and all of that than we know, and there's probably a reason why Shanks has some sort of relationship with the government that we don't know, but I don't think it's that he's evil, so to speak.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, it's not that he's just powerful physically, but he's powerful like through influence as well.
He's politically connected.
Yeah, it's like in the Marineford when Sengoku is like, all right, I'll stop this war for you because it's
he's a lobbyist, the scariest of all characters.
But yeah, so then Joe's number 2, of course, is Big Mom. I know she absolutely adores Big Mom. She thinks Big Mom is so cool and so badass. Like, to have a female villain be this powerful, but also this like interesting as well. And I know she's also cosplayed Big Mom, which is also very cool. Her cosplay is very well done. And then of course,
yeah. Check that out if you haven't.
And then of course, her number 1 is her girl Shirahoshi.
That's her waifu?
No, her daughter. She loves her
daughter. Okay.
She has a very large collection of Shirahoshi figures. I don't know if it's all of them, but it's certainly most of them.
I have a picture of it actually.
Yeah, and it's very
cute. Do you have
cute.
it available?
Yeah. She has it decorated with like mermaid stuff. Yeah, it's super cute.
Shared it before.
She was telling us on the latest podcast that she just bought a $1,300 one.
Yeah, she bought the way big one. That
big
one.
old Shirahoshi.
Big statue. Yeah.
That's so much money. So who else do we have here? David Bednar. Alex, do you want to do David's?
Sure. David's got he's basically got a hand of waifus here.
Yeah. I think he's mentioned that.
Yeah.
The no boys mode.
That's right. It's a no boys mode.
Perfectly fine. Number 5 is Carrot. Sam
Watch it, buddy.
has. Yeah. Careful. Yeah. Number 4 is Vivi. I am really delighted that somebody has Vivi in their top 5.
She's great.
Yeah, Vivi's really great. And I know that David is.
I appreciate her more and more as I get older. People used to really hate her, I think, back in the day. Is that wrong, Alex? You were very connected with the internet back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't care for Vivi for a little bit,
Yeah,
Mm.
And I blame the anime because of the stop all the
Yeah,
fighting.
please stop the
Stop all
fighting,
the fighting. It goes
In the
on
manga,
for so
it's
long.
not. It is not that. It's. I think it does the opposite effect in the manga, where it's not annoying. It's like, look, she's like trying to get through to them, and you really feel that.
I definitely felt that. Like Alabasta, because I watched the anime first. Alabasta is honestly one of like I don't really care for it. It's like it's okay, but
Yeah. Of course, I've come around on Vivi since then. Vivi's great.
Mhm.
She's amazing.
Yeah,
Shirahoshi is his number 3. I actually didn't see that coming, but he likes big women.
wouldn't have.
So
That's
kaiju women.
Jill's daughter you're talking to.
that's right. Hey,
Watch it, buddy.
that's somebody's daughter. Speaking of big women, his number 2 is Boa Hancock. Another really great, I would say, underrated pick. Looking at everybody else's top 5, for me, Boa Hancock didn't like. I hate to say it, but she didn't really like shine for me until Stampede. I think she
I was
has
gonna say that.
Mhm.
like she is the MVP of that movie.
She is.
She's really great. And his number 1 is Nami, which is not a shocker if you know David.
Yeah.
He loves Nami. I don't think I'm telling any tales out of school when I say that. So that's David Bednar's list. I'm sure if you tweet at him, he will give his reasoning for all 5.
I'm trying to see if I could figure out Dennis's. I knew, so number 5 is Robin, and I'm sure for all the reasons we said. Number 4 is Luffy, and I'm sure for all the reasons we said. Number 3 is Sanji. I don't know if I've heard Dennis really talking about Ichnob, by the way, is the one I'm talking about here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've heard him talk about Sanji. I've definitely heard him talk about Shanks, and he has cosplayed Usopp in all his forms.
Yep. Well, Dennis is
so,
as I would call him a world-class cosplayer. He is he's really great.
He's as close to we say cosplay and cos work, I think, is the Venture Brothers joke.
That's right.
Dennis is as close to I think he's right in the middle there. Like he is very, very, very good at what he does.
Dennis also had cosplayed Sokka from Airbender a lot, and it's really funny because Sokka and Usopp, I think, are very much on the same level in terms of characters.
I can
Those
see
of you
that.
who are familiar, yeah.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, we have Maddie's notes, so we could go through these.
Maddie had to leave
Because
the
I know
chat,
Maddie's definitely in the chat. Yeah.
Well, she just left. She left the notes because she just left the chat.
Oh, okay. Well, then we get to talk about her while she's not here. No. So So number 5 is Kazuki Odin because he is larger than life and basically a real life folk hero. I know you guys. I meant to thank Ed for hosting last week, but you all did a very good job talking about Odin. And I love the idea of him as a Paul Bunyan-esque folk hero. That's, I think, absolutely what he is.
I wasn't on that episode. I fully planned on it, but Greek Easter intervened, which is why I binge watched all the anime last week. I do want to say that Odin fucking owns, and that flashback whips Lama's ass.
Owns.
Yeah, it also fucking owns.
What did you just re-download Winamp recently?
No.
Is there okay?
I think it'd be really funny though if everybody just if it got brought back
and there were Kazuki Odin
skins. Yeah,
skins,
I want an Odin skin. Yes, for sure.
I want an Odin skin. For
God. Yeah.
Give me a second. Okay. Next is Crocodile, and her explanation here is it's Crocodile! 2 exclamation points.
I mean, big duh.
Yeah. Number 3, who I'm guessing Stacy used her magic with, is Vito, the fire. She says, "Love the fire tank pirates. Vince Smoke fanboy. He got big ol' hands." That's
It's somebody else's Bartolomeo.
Mm-hmm.
Hisaji's Bartolomeo, I think. You know what? That explains it, because we'll get to it, but that explains her love of Vito right there. Number
Don
2,
Vito Corleone.
I love that she didn't leave an explanation for her number 1, by the way.
No,
number
she did.
2,
It's down there.
Oh, I didn't.
Yeah, you just gotta scroll.
Number 2, Kaku. Giraffes are my favorite animal. He's so passionate about giraffes. Once he was forced into the role, let's be fair here. I don't remember him talking about giraffes while he was working on boats.
It's giraffe Stockholm syndrome.
Right.
Plus, he's adorable. Look at his eyelashes.
It's true.
Yeah, no, he is adorable. He is, Kaku is cool. Yeah, Kaku is unabashedly cool.
He's the one earlier
Josh.
that I was surprised was so low. Maybe it's like my own bubble, but I thought Kaku was more of a beloved. He's like 77 or something, and I would have put like a mid-40s kind of thing.
I definitely put him above Lucci, in my personal ranking.
Yeah.
Josh, when did you start One Piece again?
Oh, when did I have
start
a rebirth?
Watching?
Ooh.
Okay.
Last summer, about a year ago.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. I was gonna say I feel like it's a generational thing in like Water 7 and NES Lobby. I feel like are really like crucibles. I don't think that's the word I'm looking for.
A crucible.
But they're really important moments.
Yeah.
They're touchstones, I think, for a generation of One Piece fans. I think Dressrosa was that for some other for like another generation. Wano is that. Joe is here. I'm representing Joe.
Yeah,
I think Wano is that for this generation.
You had that poll that you put up the other day, and I thought that was very interesting and made me feel old as shit. But having come up like pre Water 7 and going week to week, I remember the day that I was talking to Greg, like the Raw chapter had like leaked or whatever, and we didn't have any way of getting it officially back then, so it's fine. And I was talking to Greg, and Greg was like, "This guy's joining the crew." And I was very like until the CP9 reveal, I was like, that guy, he's the guy. Like, and I don't know. He's very innocent.
Greg thought Kaku was joining the crew too.
Yeah, that's right.
You're calling him out. Wait, Stacy, who is he calling out?
Greg was wrong.
It's not a bad prediction. He gets like at the end of
that's why he liked Kaku so much.
I remember the conversation we had.
Greg's gonna be.
I might have a transcript of it, which is crazy because this was like a 2005 a conversation that we had. But
you have a transcript of a 2005 conversation about Kaku?
It might be
always
an AIM,
keeping notes.
It was either on AIM or it was through my email.
He keeps the receipts.
Yeah.
He keeps the receipts.
I have AIM logs.
Yeah, I do too.
I thought AIM closed.
Yeah, but I saved
files.
Oh, he's got TXT files on the computer.
That's what hard drives are for, Sam. Come on.
That's right.
Wait, it was TFC? That's what.
But I believe his reasoning was because at the end of that chapter, like where he's introduced, there's like a whole 3 pages of like Kaku zipping around Water 7 or whatever, and Iceberg has that like narration about like who Kaku is. And it is and he's got like Oda boxes. Like it was
misdirection. I think Oda was 100% trying to do that. He was
great misdirection. That entire arc, because
that would be oversaturation of long nose straw hats, though.
But you also have oversaturation of sword users. Let's be fair. I
don't know if we knew.
Brooke's like a sort of sword user. He's not.
Well, he's a fencer. It's different, I guess. But yeah, it would have been weird having two
part of his
long-nosed fellows. But long story short is the Kaku love has been rampant throughout
our generation. I'd also say like that CP9 reveal. I still think to this day was the most surprised I was of any like reveal in the series, and there's been a lot.
Too.
Yeah. I'm very, very grateful that was not spoiled for me, and I hope we're not doing that for anyone here.
Spoilers.
Log off.
Alex, do you want to read Maddie's number 1 here? Because I can't do that impression.
Oh yeah, sure. Well, it's Sanji, and her reasoning is, "He's my boy."
There you go.
I don't know if that was a good Hank Hill or not.
I think that was a good Hank Hill.
Yeah, that sounds good.
It was a good Hank Hill. Did we do everyone here? I think we did. Are there more? There are probably more, Stacy, right?
No, that's it.
Oh, that's it.
Yep.
Whoa. Okay, we could take questions from the audience if there are any questions. I do want to note, I did not realize Sam slowly gets lower as the podcast
Yeah,
goes
he
on.
always says that.
I
Sam's
remember
getting
that.
comfortable.
But I'm getting uncomfortable. I'm falling closer to the screen as
And I start grabbing things off my desk to show off to the camera.
We could do that too right after. Since we're not doing game night tonight, we need to do showing things off for the camera night.
I'm at my parents' house sitting right now, so I don't have anything that I can pull over. I guess you can. I don't know. Never mind. I'm like I have stickers from Steve and Mike and Maddie on my water bottle. Buy their stuff.
I have the Maddie sticker sheet. Yeah. I always feel bad using stickers on things.
Yeah, it's like I don't want to ruin it.
I don't want to ruin. They're on this sheet already. Why would I ruin this sheet?
She drew me.
I got the carrot. I got the carrot.
So Diclor in the chat says, I thought Kaku would join the crew until I learned Frankie was a cyborg. I was legitimately like on God, Water 7 reading it for the first time was such a roller coaster. And I remember distinctly like there was a humongous divide between the fandom. Even during Enies Lobby, even after Frankie got his solo fight with Fukuro, people thought that Paulie was going to join. It was like the Frankie side and the Paulie side, and then there was a very small, small Kaku side. Like, oh well, when he got knocked out, he smiled. So that means he's going to join the very fun, very fun theories back in the day.
Maddie did send me this. Sorry, that's fine.
That's very cute, little teacup.
I have a Travis touchdown from Maddie, but it's across the room. It looks nice. It looks great, folks.
Take his word
I'm
for
supposed to trust him on this.
I was a Paulie guy. I thought Paulie would join for sure.
Yeah, it's interesting because like I already like when I finally watched all of One Piece, I already knew who the whole crew was because I'd seen so much merchandise. So it was interesting because it's interesting to hear this because for me there was like no real surprises. It was more about like how did it happen? Like okay, well I know this guy joins, but how?
Who did I know? I knew Robin. I didn't know Frankie. I don't think because there wasn't a lot of stuff out with Frankie, even though I think he was part of the crew when I caught up.
Yeah, because when it came to the U.S., that was prior to Water 7.
Yeah, the
dub.
I think the Funimation dub started in 07, and if Steve is in the chat, he'll yell at me in a second if I'm wrong.
No, it would have been 09.
I think it was 07. I thought it was on Toonami. No, it's not 09. We started in 09, and there was already a lot of DVDs out.
Yeah. So Ryan McGinnis in the chat says, I wanted Paulie so badly, most interesting fighting style in the series. Hard agree. I always wondered, rope action. It kicks ass. Like he had.
Was he even in the top 200 here? Did
69.
Paulie even get?
Nice.
Really, 69?
69. Nice.
Yeah. Which is
which is funny for Paulie.
69 and other things with this.
Yeah, he'd be like, no, this is
Paulie would not be into that. Yeah.
When I was catching up.
Yeah, it's too prude. I love how prude he was. He had like Paulie. Like I can totally see the argument. Paulie would have been he had this funny joke thing with Nami. She's not, she's wearing too little clothes. He had a moveset. I'm really like shocked that he is not in any of the fighting games. I'm shocked and appalled because he has like a full moveset. Yeah, Paulie. Like even when fighting for One Piece came out, which is a terrible PS2 fighting game. It was during it was hot, like red hot during the Water 7 arc, and the two secret characters were Frankie and Paul and Aokiji. And Eneru, I guess. And wait, is Paulie in the game? I don't think Paulie was in the game. I remember being shocked that he wasn't. He has a moveset. He's a fighting game character.
Next question. Where did he keep all the ropes in his full denim?
Yeah, that's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's
like a Spider-Man situation.
He just got them like tied around his body underneath his clothes. And
Are you saying he injected the ropes into his skin and shot it out?
No, a rope bit him.
I don't want to think about that.
Oh, a rope bit him.
A radioactive rope.
A radioactive rope. I would read this.
Well, only in the movie version. In the comics, he had to make it himself.
That's true. Okay. Gabe, so was it really just the furries that helped Carrot make top 10, or is it her character that they love? Sam, you seem to be. Let's get you back up here. You seem to be the appropriate person to answer this.
I mean, it kind of depends. Like, how do you define furry? Because, like, I think of a furry as somebody who likes specifically like the American cartoon mascot and like dresses up in the fursuits and stuff.
Should we get the Urban Dictionary definition out here?
Usually it's just like anthropomorphic animals of any
Yeah.
kind.
Yeah, I'm guessing they mean like animal people fans in general.
But like fans in what way? Is it like fans or fans?
fans.
Fans. Like, woo, that guy's a fan of that. Is it like how Sam is a fan of carrot, or is it like how Sam is a fan of caribou? Like, how strong is this fandom here? Because we know his caribou fandom runs deeper than we would all like to think.
Dualities of Sam.
The dualities of Sam. Oh God, thank you so much, Stacey. By the way, look. So it shows popularity over time. Let's just scroll down.
What year was that?
Yeah, I want to see what year that like.
Was it the year Zootopia came out?
Probably. That looks like
1800. Not doing good.
Were there no furries in the early 19th century?
Interesting.
What's going on here?
Is that where's that?
here.
Is there a Robin Hood jump in the late 60s? Because there should be.
Well, I'm curious where the
well, this
term
is like when the
coined.
word was being used.
Yeah,
right?
this is the word. Yeah.
Oh, I see. So it's not like the.
Stacey, you're brave to put this onto your browser history.
We're in a fur renaissance right now.
You're right. We're in a furissance.
For Renaissance.
Okay, wait. An
For
enthusiast
Renaissance.
for animal characters with human characteristics, in particular, a person who dresses up in costume. Oh, so it's exactly what you said, Sam. Or it could also be a small fur-covered animal, typically a rodent. So, carrot is both. Carrot attracts furry and is one.
But do I like Carrot because I'm a furry, or do I like Carrot and she happens to be?
Well,
a
do you
furry?
think her popularity, as since you have the carrot pulse, you're feeling the pulse of the carrot community.
He's got the voice of the people.
Carrot?
Yeah.
He's got the voice of the carrot people.
Carrot draws shoujo fan art of her friends.
That is
that's
actually
why
my
she's
favorite
popular.
part
I think
about
that's
Carrot.
the thing. It's like she's very cute. Like I like Carrot too.
Yeah.
She's like it's like what she describes. She's the little sister of the crew, kind of.
She is,
Like,
yeah.
She wants to go on an adventure, and she's cute and naive because she's like, whoa, there's more than 5 islands
she's-
out there. That's crazy.
and she looks
But
up to
she's
Chopper.
tough and strong, and she's like a creative type, and she's very affectionate.
She's the first Sulong form we see, and it's so
That's
badass.
Really
Sulong?
badass.
Yeah, there's much more to her Sulog form than most of them.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed by some of those.
Yeah.
The Cat Vipers was good, but it wasn't
Yeah.
like I don't think it was out of the box.
And plus, I think
Like
she's
Carrots feels like a whole new design, whereas the other Sulongs are just like the same design but like spikier.
I was gonna say,
We have
like,
another.
I-
Go
I
ahead.
think she's the first mink we run into on Zoe too.
Almost kind of like Ariete or Bariete. Is that the monkey?
Bariete is the monkey.
Bariete is the monkey. I don't know what Steve screen capped, but
He
he screen capped
screen-capped
something.
the furry
The furry,
definition.
yeah.
Oh, okay, good,
All of
good,
us.
good. Steve,
You
keep
know
that
what,
for your
Steve?
records.
Well, no, like
let's see.
with Barry, it's
Yeah, come on,
just
Steve.
fell on their face. We didn't really see him.
Why are you there and not here?
All right,
Okay.
so Zach, read
Alex.
the.
I'll read it already.
Oh,
No,
okay.
Alex, please read it in a Hank
Fine.
Hill voice. Why not? I don't care.
Waha! What common power in media would you like to see in One Piece that we haven't seen yet? I would like to see the ability to make clones, like Twice from My Hero Academia, or Naruto's
You call it
Shadow
the
clone.
clone fruit.
Robin.
Yeah, Robin's got that.
Robin's
Yeah,
got that.
basically, yeah.
The
Oh
ability
yeah,
to make clones.
we haven't seen like a million Robins just
Oh, and,
enter a
That'll be
room.
that'll be like the
Now
final
he-
arc.
Alex's favorite, Doflamingo.
Okay, so
Oh.
let me
Rhizo maybe.
just go on the
my
record
God.
about Doflamingo. Sorry, we
we
have
have
cats
another hour?
meeting in the background.
I-
I'm just
There's
gonna
most-
say
so
that I
sad.
think that the making clones out of string is stupid. It's stupid and dumb,
Yeah, I know. That's what I meant.
and is an actual ass pull.
Bold, bold point. Yeah.
If he had drawn it differently, would you think otherwise? If he had drawn it
They
like
were string guys.
yeah, string like
Like-
puppet
Yeah.
weaving
Would that,
kind of look.
wouldn't that
I think that if
defeat the
they,
purpose
like,
of it?
I don't know. Like, it's weird. I kind of get it, but at the same time, I wish that they had moved a little differently, or like, I don't know. It's really sweaty.
So you reminded me of something, and now I kind of want to go on a mini tangent. So like, I like the idea of like Doflamingo being the puppet master, hence the clones. The you mentioned an ass pull and like bullshit. The thing that makes me mad is Doflamingo should be fucking dead. If Law obliterated his organs, and then he's like, oh, I'll just fix them with my string. Okay, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
But once you get knocked out, those strings should disappear, and you should just fucking bleed out.
Yeah, it was a lot of that
Yeah.
is sort of
For me, we could talk about Dressrosa forever, so I'm going to try and cut this short.
Yeah.
But that when his head gets cut off, and
I
it's
mean,
like,
we saw that
there's a
coming
clone.
anyway.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
but
fine.
it's like, I don't know. It felt like such a cop out for no reason.
Can I just say that I found out what threading eyebrows is the other day, and it blew my mind, and I was like, oh, wow. And now I'm just thinking that's what Doflamingo does to, like, what if Doflamingo was born with, like, naturally really bushy eyebrows, but he uses his power to thread his eyebrows and just...
Do we know what his
Oh, he's
eyebrows
vain
look like,
enough.
or is it under his sunglasses? Now I need a Doflamingo picture.
I guess
Stat.
we don't know if he has eyebrows. He just threads them off.
Well, a lot of
Yes.
characters just have like lines, like the typical.
Yeah.
Well, he has
anime line.
veins. He has lots of veins
Right.
on his head, all over his head. No, he doesn't have eyebrows in the
Well, that's
anime.
okay. Doflamingo can't, like, his blood pressure is at... It has a cap on it because his strings prevent it from
Thank you.
happening.
No eyebrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Actually.
don't think he has eyebrows.
Look at
Yeah,
my boy.
no
So
eyebrows.
good.
He is good. I love
He
Doflamingo.
does have cufflinks, and that I respect in a villain. I think
Okay, yeah.
villains should have
Dio
cufflinks.
Alex says, I don't feel like the clones didn't... I feel like the clones didn't need to talk. I
Yeah,
will
that's
say
good.
one thing. I will allow them to talk if they sounded like a violin, like...
To be fair, yeah, but Kinemon's butt talked, and it didn't sound like a butt talking. So,
Well,
like,
because it's the
It
first.
went poot.
Howard,
Doflamingo's just
I
like
can't.
really mastered the idea of violining his string voice.
Yeah, as the Doflamingo defender, I hear no critique, but I respect it.
By the way, he is a puppet master, so being able to throw your voice to somewhere else,
He's a ventriloquist.
he's a true ventriloquist.
I will say that, like, I kind of wish that he did the, like, I'm gonna take control of your crew thing, but at the same time, it does feel too cliche. So I don't know where I'm.
Yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
I have a lot of complicated thoughts about Doflamingo, but at the same time, I think that his design is fucking rad.
Yes, I think Doflamingo does represent to me some real wasted potential, and that's what annoys me about him. It's because his introduction was one of my favorite introductions in the series, and then his reintroduction was also one of my favorite when he shows up in Jaya. But I feel like he didn't. And Marineford, he was great. in Marineford, I think he is better outside of his own arcs. That's
In
the
small
problem.
doses, is what you're
Small,
saying.
he's good at small. He is very. We get him in one enormous dose. Like
Yeah.
it's a big dose. Yeah. What do we have any other questions, Stacey? Okay. We'll answer a few more. Rayun. What about Nami do you guys think resonates with people? She's my favorite character in the series, but I thought I was in the minority. I didn't expect her to make the top 5, let alone the top 3. It was cool. Someone pointed out it's the first 3 Straw Hats we're introduced to. And that is cool to see in the top 3. But thoughts on this?
It's the classic trio.
Yeah,
It's a classic.
I feel like I'm maybe in the minority. I thought that I would have bet my money, my soul, or whatever Zach was going to bet, my eyebrows, that Nami would for sure have been there. I mean, I don't know. She's
Where
smart.
did she
she's-
place? She usually places like around like 6 or 7, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually the highest
Come
of
on.
like any
Usually
other
top-
female character.
Mhm. Still top 10, but usually not top 5. I don't think.
Yeah, this is an unusual one. I'm looking
I
right
don't know.
now, actually. Yeah, go
She's
ahead.
like she's just so clever. She's like always interesting.
She never
I feel
wears
like
a shirt.
She never wears a shirt, which is great for a certain segment of people. But like she's I don't know, she's always doing something interesting. She's funny. I don't know. She's got like all the right balances, it feels like. So
I think
I guess
an
I don't know.
amazing character.
Yeah, she's really
Her
good. Like,
backstory too.
Yeah.
I think Nami's an easy character to take for granted more than. Because that's the surprise, right? Is that people didn't take her for granted. They do think of her as important as Zorro.
I think Oda sometimes doesn't take her for granted enough, or it does take her for granted too much.
I agree.
Yeah,
I like her in Whole Cake a lot.
She's great in Whole Cake. I
like
feel
she's got some weird stuff going on with like Ulti and.
There's a lot of discussion, it's a lot of discourse out there about. I mean, it's somewhat true, but a lot of the Straw Hats aren't growing as much post-time skip, but I think a lot of that is also because they've overcome so many hurdles pre-time skip.
Well, yeah, I mean, they trained for 2 years so that they could be ready for...
Including, I guess, emotionally with each other, because the stuff Usopp went through in Water 7. And like, even rewatching that, seeing Nami's role in the crew in that, she is the... they tried to retcon Sanji being the true herd of the crew, but Nami is the true herd of that.
Nami's kind of like the Rock, because like initially, like she's the one that takes initiative and gets Luffy and Zoro where they need to go. She's the one that handles the finances and like makes sure everything is running smoothly.
I relate to I like spreadsheets and I love navigation and geography, so. Nami should be higher on my list if I think about it.
I feel like her...
Anyway, no, Josh, you go. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. No, I was just gonna say, like, just full Nami brain. I feel like her fight with Miss Doublefinger is like an all-timer for me. Like,
that's a really good one.
Yeah, and like my top 10, that's definitely in there somewhere.
I
think with the party
Nami,
favors and I'm just thinking.
I think Nami's been shortchanged in terms of having fights, and that's sort of like disappointing to me. And I think that it's cool that she's getting some action in Wano, but I still would love another Doublefinger or Khalifa-esque fight where she can really go nuts with her powers, just because she's got like her ultimate Klimattack and she has all these weather powers that we haven't seen yet, and like her Klimattack can be used as a Nyoibo, or a power pole, I guess, in the US. And we haven't seen that really at all yet. And I want her to like Goku it up, man. Like, I think that, oh man, I just had a cool thought. When she gets Zeus for good, she'll full on Goku. Yeah. Cause she'll have she'll have a Quinto, and so she'll I like, okay.
I didn't think about that.
I didn't occur to me until just now, and I'm really crossing my fingers because
I've seen that fan art.
Yeah, just because
I haven't.
Oda is such a huge Toriyama nut. Like, I would. Oh God, I don't know. I hope
it'll be okay. It might happen.
No, he's right. I really want it.
Yeah, I
want it. Like, that's...
Similarly, I remember I saw somebody mention, or I saw somebody float the idea out of Luffy like eventually getting a like Sun Wukong style gear transformation, which would be awesome.
That would be really boss.
By the way, so there were 6 polls before this one in 99, 2002, 2006, 2009, 2015, and 2017. Nami ranked 5, 5, 7, 6, 8, and 8. And her stock had been declining, I guess, recently. So this is surprising, but it's also the first worldwide popularity poll, as I'm sure many know.
Yeah.
So the next question comes from Ryan McGinnis, who might be related to Terry McGinnis of the Batman Beyond series. Since Carrot got so high in the normal poll, do we think that Oda might seriously consider her for Straw Hat? Before I agree with the fleet idea, but we might need to reconsider now. And I'm not going to let Sam answer this question.
I don't think the poll makes a difference.
Yeah.
What are you doing, Sam? You're not allowed to answer this question. No,
I'm with Sam, but in the back of my head, I also am like, but it's really cool that Nami and Robin are so high in this poll that I hope that like Oda really sees how much pull his female characters are getting from a worldwide audience.
Mm-hmm.
And I really do hope that like he takes that into account in some way. I don't know if he will, or if that's if this is sort of piggybacking off of this Carrot question a little bit. Simply because obviously we want to see more Robin and Nami, but hey, Carrot's good too.
The Carrot for Straw Hat makes so much sense to me, just because like I think she adds good. Just purely on the variety aspect, like she's, all of our new Straw Hats are always like tall. They're always bigger than everyone else, and she'd be like a new short character, and she'd be another fighter girl. She has electricity to go along with like Sanji's fire and Jinbei's water. Like, and it seems perfect,
Well, Nami's got electricity too. Let's not.
That's true. Yeah.
And
Luffy has fire too, I guess so.
Yeah,
and Zorro
for some
has
reason.
fire too.
They've all got fired now.
The thing that I don't know if I honestly don't know about Carrot joining as like a numbered member. I think we're probably like after Jinbei, like that's the core crew. However, and I only say this because there's only so many places that we can go at this point, because we're like in the end game after.
There's no reason for her to leave.
Yeah, I think that like, and
I think everyone is going to be along for the ride, whether or not they're a crewmate.
Yeah. Sure, like I think
Yamato
is in the picture. I think he might hitch a ride as well. Like I think there's there's
Laws obviously there. Like.
By the way, I had a thought the other day.
What if Yamato or Carrot join Law?
That'd be fun.
Sure.
I could see Yamato joining.
Or Kid.
Or
I want to before we ask Tracker Ox question, which is how we all choose to pronounce his name. I would say I just want to talk a little bit about, since we are talking about the popularity poll today, the idea of whether or not it will influence Oda going forward. And on the one hand, it definitely has in the past. I think, like for example, Ace showing up repeatedly after he died. Spoiler alert: he's dead.
Sack.
Sorry.
Well, not inorganically though. Like,
so
Ace, Ace has been relevant though. That's the thing. Like, he's continued to be relevant in the story even after his death, and I think that there's an argument to be made about that. I think Marco though, Marco continuing to show up might be a different. Might be sort of along the lines of what you're talking about.
Okay, there's a silverfish upstairs I have to kill, but I'll be right back. But continue answering these questions, Alex. I'm putting you in charge.
Sure. I'm probably gonna peace out in a minute, but
no, we'll probably all. Okay, well, I'll be right back in 1 second.
Well, no, go kill your silverfish.
I gotta kill the silverfish.
I did want to mention about the Carrot thing.
Yeah, go for it.
So like the one thing that I think of is like I think of it like Whitebeard's crew, where like he has his main crew, but then he's got like all these other allies that people consider kind of like auxiliary crew members.
Right. They're part of the family.
Yeah, and that's how I think of like
Squarto is a son, even though he's not. Even though he's
because like because some people argue like, well, is Vivi technically a member of the crew, or like the Grand Fleet? So like that's kind of how that's the box I put like Carrot, Yamato, Law. That's the box I put them all in, where it's like they're very close friends, kind of part of the crew, but not really, not like technically, like what or how Alex described it, not like numbered members of the crew.
Yeah,
that's just my point of view.
Yeah, I think that's it exactly. I think this is like the crew that we're gonna get, and then we have a family?
Yeah, we have the Straw Hat family.
What I miss.
That being said, I do think that Carrot does lend a really interesting dynamic. I mean, we've seen her with the crew. Like, she was the lookout. I mean, if she's going to have an appointed what do you call it? Role on the crew, it'd be lookout, because she's so floaty. She's like Peach.
Plus, she got them big ears. She can hear. Although I guess they have
Carrot,
walkie, so.
I do like that she has that special spot. Like that's yeah. I wouldn't be against Carrot joining. Do you guys think Oda will draw the non-top 50 people like Karu with Vivi or Killer with Kid? He has drawn Vivi and Karu care a lot. So
I think it'd be really great if like Vivi had like a framed picture of Karu that she like had with her, and Killer had a framed picture of Kid that he also like had with him.
wasn't
pretty
it?
good.
I think it was in this one, right? Where they drew that.
Well,
Sorry,
there's
Draw
that YouTube
Polly.
banner.
Sorry, that's this one. But
Oh
There's
man,
that
yeah,
YouTube
I'd
banner
actually
with
draw
Vivi and
Polly.
Jinbei on it, right?
Bring back
Is
Polly.
Karu in that?
Yes.
what if
I
he
don't
just
remember.
drew 69 for each of the popularity polls?
Boy,
That sounds like
Polly.
Otis humor.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this one.
I really appreciate the poly love. Oh, that's
Cute.
great. I really appreciate the poly love in this chat tonight.
Yeah, I'm feeling the vibes for sure.
Yeah.
All right.
The poly vibes.
I am gonna
Okay.
head out here. So, all right.
Alex,
good
you
talking
need
to you
to go
guys.
too. We could do this last.
I do, but I am going to answer this. I'm going to do this last question, which I think, honestly, Sam would be interested in. What is the next cover stories you would like to see? I would like to see the marvelous misadventures of Caesar Clown.
But
Yeah.
if Caesar Clown gets a cover story, that means he's not coming back in the main story for a while.
Not necessarily for a
That's
while.
fine.
For a little while, yeah, but that would be a great one. I like that. I like that idea. So I think we're rounding off here today. This was a lot of fun, though. You could blame
It would
Sam
be like
and
the
Alex.
Jinbei one. It's him getting the poneglyph before he reunites with the crew.
Yeah,
I mean, I will add my 2 cents here before we go. I think I can stick around for a second. I like to hear from everybody, but I think the last time we talked about this was before I was gonna Michael Love Family. What was it called? The Capone one. Family Ties. Family Affair.
Oh my family.
Oh my family.
Oh my family.
Family Love Michael. Yeah, I look at banner Michael. The Capone, like Capone was like my number one after Whole Cake ended, and that happened. So I don't know at this point. I would have to wait till after Wano. I could have sworn that there was going to be a Doflamingo family cover story,
Yeah, I thought so
similar
too.
to the Baroque Works one, but I don't care about Virgo or Monet. Sorry. And I kind of would rather them.
Yeah.
I would rather them stay dead. I'll be honest.
I agree, but they are probably some of my favorite Doflamingo related characters. I like a guy who has a hamburger stuck to his face.
I love his
and
like
doesn't realize it.
deadpan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to
His
say,
his bamboo
Love a
bullshit
good
was kind of
deadpan.
cool.
yeah.
I agree.
I want to see what's happening on Whole Cake now that Big Mom's not there.
Oh yeah, like what's
And then like
That's a good
recovering
question.
from everything that happened.
Ooh, a Katakuri.
Yeah,
cover.
Katakuri
Exactly.
one.
What is Katakuri doing?
No,
Katakuri
see, we
pudding
can't have that because then
adventures.
he's not coming back, and we need him back.
He'll be back.
Well, no,
Cover
no.
stories actually mean they're going to come back in the
Yeah.
story, but
Oh, in that
later.
case, do it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's get it over with. Come on,
Yeah.
what are you doing with these drawings of animals?
Unless
Right.
you're in a room.
But Joe, sorry.
I said unless you're in a room.
Yeah,
Right.
Ooh,
that's true.
I got it.
Godatsu
Morgans.
was great too.
Big News Morgans. Like that cover story. Like him
He-
floating around
that-
trying to get the scoop.
That
I don't know.
episode of the anime with specifically that scene with him is still one of the
So
nicest
good.
one of the top scenes I've seen in the anime.
Very good.
Okay, Sam's free to leave now. Sam, where can people find you if you want to let people know?
They can find me on Twitter at Lucky Chainsaw. And thank you, Stacy. That's like very classy. That's like
For real.
This is too classy. Do you have Josh's info on there?
Yeah.
Oh,
like if I click that,
Yeah, that
would
is
that be
close.
Hey!
No,
Josh,
Whoever
where
said
can
that
people
they're going to
find
be
you?
on, I've prepared.
Yeah, you can find me at Amons, AMONNS. Yeah, everywhere.
Yay.
Yeah, I Joe, go ahead. You go first.
I'm at Joe on Boba.
Cool. Alex.
You can find me at Dude Exclamation, and also please listen to Toho Yaro.
There it is.
I think we got a new episode coming out this next week. I
There's
believe.
a cat behind you.
Oh yeah, that's all.
A visitor.
Probably Oliver. If it was an orange cat, it was Oliver. I don't know where the fuck he went. Anyway, yep.
Load up. All right, this is Viv.
Doggy.
Oh god. Oh god.
I had to
Okay.
kick my girls out of the room. They were being rambunctious and ridiculous.
Oh.
Okay, that's my face. You can find me at Zach_Logan. We have a new episode of Fight Together, all about transgender representation in the series and its complexities. It's a really good episode. That's probably one of my favorite ones we've recorded. And then next month is Film and Media with the whole Toho Yaro gang, including Alex here. And that episode will be on Patreon early, so please subscribe on Patreon if you haven't. We also do game nights every Wednesday or Thursday. I don't know. And
Force to Watch for Kids.
Stacy, where could people find you? Because you have done awesome tonight.
You can find me on Twitter at StacyC435.
Oh, and you're doing you're involved with the magazine, right?
Yes.
The zine.
Yeah, I'm involved with the Woman's Wanted zine. I was the writer for 3 of the characters, and it took a while for shipping to go out because they're based in Germany, so there was a lot of logistics going into that. So that was a lot of fun. And I also did like an ASL zine for our favorite ASL brothers.
That's cool.
You can find the link on my Twitter as well.
Oh, I thought you meant American Sign Language for some reason.
No.
No.
Yes.
Age, sex, location. It's a whole thing about AIM and the days of AIM and all the logs that Alex
has.
Yeah.
A dedicated zine just for that. That'd be amazing.
This is Viv. You could follow her on her Instagram. Thank you, everyone. I'm not going to be on the podcast for a little while, but I did this because why not? I only had to get interrupted once, and it was not because my wife was in labor. It was because I saw a silverfish. So that's fine. Anyway, we'll see you. I think, Alex, you're going to be on this Sunday's episode, right? So
that's right. Me and Dad and Steve will be taking the helm. It'll be great.
Chaos ensues.
Catch it.
Chapter 1012. Also, if you haven't checked it out completely, sorry I'm wasting time, but there is a video that just came out from the singer of the 4Kids rap. Oh, and you do Force to Watch 4Kids, Alex. I should mention
we do
that.
Force to Watch 4Kids. Yeah, Force to Watch 4Kids is a Patreon-only podcast that I do with Steve Irko, and it's really great. We have incredible chemistry, if I say so myself. But the more importantly, we talk about the 4Kids One Piece, and hopefully we can get
Sean Conrad is his name.
Yeah, I want to get him on the show.
Yeah, Sean Conrad.
Yeah.
I told Steve to reach out. Steve's like, I'm scared. I don't know what to do. What are we gonna ask him?
He covers so much in the video. Yeah,
he does. Yeah. Hey, no, don't undersell the opportunity to have him on the podcast.
Anyway, it's a great and if you want to watch along with us, use some creative Googling and find it all in one go. Hint, hint. We found it in a mega upload file. So
he's talking about the 4Kids rap, not the interview with I'm sorry. He's talking about the 4Kids dub, not the interview with the person who made the 4Kids rap.
That's right. It's not available anywhere really. So go ahead and pirate it. I'm giving you permission.
It's 4Kids. It isn't even the same series. It like the episodes start. You're at the point where they like condense a whole bunch and you're getting up to the.
They're all copied and pasted together. They're all Frankenstein creations at this point.
One final time.
And one last thing, thanks to Greg. He did a great job on. Actually, everyone on that WT100 video did a really great job. Please check that out. That is where my joke about shaving my eyebrows and my head came from. That was not my joke. I stole it. But you should definitely check out the video where they announce the winners. But we'll see you later. Thanks everyone for